Everybody has their own definitions of things. That's just another way of saying everybody filters things differently. Everybody perceives things differently. Everybody makes up their own story and they believe their story. Everybody has their own truth. Everybody downloads. There's could be situation X over there. Two people saw situation X. And then a week later, you ask those two people, hey, what happened with situation X? Person A is going to have one story. Person B is going to have a different story. It's like, wait a minute. I thought it was about that one thing. Nobody's lying. Person one is picking up on some data and missing some data. That's just the human brain. We're not God. Person one is absorbing certain data and missing certain data. Person number two is absorbing different data points and missing another set of data points. So nobody grasps a situation 100%. He understands 60% of what happened. She understands only 60% of what happened, but a different 60%. So there can't be a one size fits all. This is my definition, therefore it should be your definition. And this is the way I see things, therefore that should be the way you see it. And this is how I feel about it, therefore you should feel the same way. But the world doesn't work like that. So you don't have to agree with her, and you don't have to tell her that I don't agree with you, that we are arguing, but you can respect the fact that she is downloading it as an argument. So you don't have to agree with her. John could be thinking, we're not arguing. You're just hypersensitive. So he didn't have to agree with her. And I pray to God he doesn't say what he thought. Oh, we're not arguing. You're just being hypersensitive. No. Third point, she's downloading it as an argument, and I'm not. But that's her download, that's her truth. And even though I disagree with her, I better respect the fact that that's how she's downloading it. Script time. Okay, I understand that you feel like we're arguing. So why don't we take a break from this right now and collect ourselves? I'll get my prefrontal cortex back online. I'll get my parasympathetic nervous system back online. I'll get the cortisol and adrenaline offline, and then we'll come back and try this again. And when we try this again, and I will be the one to initiate this comeback, if you start feeling like we're arguing again, you let me know, and I'll be glad to take another temporary timeout. So you're not agreeing with her, and you're not telling her that you don't agree with her. You're just respecting the fact that she has her own unique filter that happens to be different than yours. And you're going to try to kind of be sensitive to that. She's only human too. She has empathy problems too. How many times have I heard, well, he doesn't have any empathy, and then I hear what she said to him as a reaction to his lack of empathy? And there was no empathy on her part, thinking, wait a minute, you just accuse him of having no empathy, and what you just said to him is about as unempathic, if that's a word, as you can. They have their own mind blindness. They have their own version of emotions blindness. They have their own anxiety. They have their own executive function issues. They have their own childhood issues. All of you all in here, your wives drug a bunch of junk into your marriage before she even met you. And you did the same thing. You brought some past emotional garbage into the marriage that she might be paying the cents for before you ever met her. That's a two-way street. So it's not like, well, you're the guy with the disorder. You're the one that's defective and flawed, and you're the one that needs to do all the work. No, bullshit. She contributes to the problem equally, but for different reasons. She contributes to the problem by almost over-trying and being in fix-it mode and arguing, lecturing, threatening, negotiating, yada, 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 because she cares about the marriage. She nags because the marriage is important to her. But unfortunately, it doesn't matter if she had good intentions or not, it's still contributing to a problem. She's contributing to the problem too. If the truth be known, nobody's doing anything wrong. If the truth be known, nobody's guilty. He's wired this way, she's wired that way. Oh, she says, I didn't sign up for this marriage. Well, you didn't sign up for autism. Nobody is doing anything wrong. Nobody is to blame. It's a wiring issue. And he's not wired wrong, he's just wired differently. So as bizarre as this sounds, both people are doing the best or nearly the best that they can. I'm sure your NT wives will go, oh, hell, bull, that's just such a line of bullshit that he's trying to do the best that he can. No, he's trying to do the best or nearly the best that he can. And some of these traits of the disorder get labeled, he's insensitive, uncaring, selfish, narcissistic, sociopathic. Doesn't care about me. Doesn't love me. Doesn't understand or even care about my feelings. Why is she saying those things? Because that's her filter. That's her reality. That's how she's downloading it. Guys, we have to be sensitive to that. Don't view her as the enemy. Don't view her as a perpetual critic. View her as someone who has her own emotional junk. 2, have some empathy for that. I'm not saying you have to agree with it, but you can understand that she has her own stuff to deal with. Hey guys, this is Mark. Click on the join button underneath any of my videos, then click on members only videos, and then click on join. And for $9.99 a month, you'll have access to members only videos, which are excerpts from previous workshops I've conducted for NT partners, ASD partners, and the neurodiverse couple. New videos will be uploaded weekly.